have chosen to seek professional assistance in understanding the art of human love.
Every time we touch, your hands are colder, colder. There's no beating coming from your wooden chest. Frozen grin, a mannequin. When I get closer, I can see the strings that underneath your vest. If you can cry real tears, then you're gonna cry them all for me.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie. If you see any dog hairs on me, just ignore them. We are the channel where we love to wear black, but we can't really wear black because of all the dog hairs. Today we're gonna be doing a look at the one on my face right now. Could you imagine if I was like, hey, we're gonna be doing a look that looks like, I don't know what it looks like. Today's look is going to be emphasizing peachy blush, glowy blush, that Asian glow look, but not from alcohol because we good girls. So it looks like so. It's very glowy blush. This is the way it came out. I used two different eyeshadow pieces. They're both from Ace Beauty though. This is the Ace Beauty Grandiose palette, and then this is the Ace Beauty Glimmer shadow. This is pretty exciting because it reminds me of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, which is great. And this is in the shade Cotton Candy. When I first got this, I couldn't figure out the right way to use it, but I figured it out, and I'll show you in this video how I attained this look. Just to ramble on a little bit longer, the reason I'm doing this look is because we're going into the fall season now, but in the summertime and especially the springtime, I was super obsessed with a glowy blush. I'll insert some Instagram shots of the days that I did post my glowy blush, but I was super obsessed with it like in the springtime, a little bit in the summertime, and I really wanted to bring it into the fall time, but it's a little bit hard to be so bright in the fall. So you pair it with a darker lip and some darker clothes, I guess, and it works out. Okay, yeah, I'm done rambling. Going into the video. Hi, this is mid-eye look, but I just wanted to say the lighting starts off really badly and then I fixed it a little bit, so sorry. Now go. Jumping right into the video, I did do my brows first. I do have a video on how I've been doing my brows lately. It's actually my old method, so if you haven't seen that and want to see how I do my brows, it's right there. I am going to start by prepping my lids with some concealer. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer in the shade Light. I'm just gonna grab the Be Small brush. Got this off of Amazon to buff it in. Just gonna grab some powder. This is the Becca Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh powder to set the eyes. I've been using this powder a lot. I do want to switch back to another powder just to kind of go back and forth between powders, but I have heard that this one dries out pretty quickly, so I want to use it up while it's still nice and watery and wet and fresh. This is one of my favorite powders though recently. It just feels so good. So for this look today, we're going to be using this Ace Beauty palette here, and then this Ace Beauty Glimmer shadow in the shade Cotton Candy. This is the Grandiose palette. It looks like this. Might be the last video with this palette because moments after I dropped it and it shattered. Now that I have my lids prepped and primed, we're going to go in with a fluffy brush. This is my Farah 35F brush. It's very large, and we're gonna grab some cinnamon and buff that very lightly to begin with all over the crease. You want to really take your time with this. You don't want any harsh bumps, lines, or anything. You just want it to be very diffused from the inner corner to the outer corner, winged out a little bit. And I'm just following the shape of my eyebrow to wing it out, so just do. Then we're gonna do it to this eye as well, of course. Obviously I time-lapsed it for you guys, but I spent about a couple minutes on each eye just to make sure everything was very lightly built up. I will always take the time to lightly build something up instead of having a harsh line, because I know from experience that those are very difficult to get rid of and blend back out. So I just like to build things up very nicely, very smoothly, diffuse everything, you know. Next, I'm gonna go in with, not this palette, but this palette. We're gonna go in with some Poppy right over here. We're gonna grab that with the Moda Pro BMX 430 crease brush. And we're just gonna focus this on the outer corner of the eyes. Grabbing the brush we were using earlier, just grabbing some cinnamon again to make sure everything's a smooth transition. Now I'm going to go into the Ace Beauty Glimmer Shadow in Cotton Candy. Just grab that on my finger. Super cute and pink and shimmery. We're just going to put that all over the eyelid, focusing on the inner and middle parts of the eyelid. Pick some more up. This formula is like the Super Shop. This formula is like the Super Shock shadows, and where like you can push down and mold it around. It's like kind of got some movement to it. It's not just fully powder. Did it get kind of dark? I'm gonna fix my lighting. We'll be right back. So we had just finished putting on the Glimmer shadow. I'm actually gonna add just a touch more onto the middle of both eyes, because before you blend it all out, it actually comes up mostly as pink. So I want a little bit extra pink right here. From here, we're gonna add a light layer of eyeliner just so we can hide the eyelash band. This is the Jonteblu Ultra Lasting Formula Professional Art Makeup Liquid Liner 24 Hour. Oh my god, it's so long. I'm actually going to be trying this for the first time. Hopefully it works out well. But I don't like any of the Jonteblu pencil liners, but I found out, or well, I received this in the subscription, that they have a waterproof liquid liner, so that's fine. It's kind of a thick felt tip, so it'll be a little bit difficult to make sure my line stays thin. As I was about to say, you just have to be pretty careful with it. I just made it a little thicker than I wanted it to be. It's not that black. The formula is not that black at all. It's like, again, I just want to elongate the eye a little bit. I'm so used to brush tips now that it's so weird using a felt liner. This one didn't drag my eyelids though. Like most felt liners will like pull on your eyelids. This didn't really do that. It is kind of a fat tip though, just keep that in mind for anyone who's new to eyeliner, I guess. Let's do this eye. I'm gonna throw on some lashes and then coat them in mascara to make them stick together and whatnot. This is the Lashaholic Luxury Lashes in the shade, or not the shade, in the style Instagram. I actually have it cut in half because I typically like halves only. And I'll be going in on the outer half for both of the eyes. And then I will be back. Alright, so I threw on the lashes. Now I'm gonna go in with my mascara. This is the, I thought this was Wonder Beauty. This is the Kadar. There we go. Manna Kadar Beauty Bloom Volumizing Mascara. It's got some tiny little fibers in it for lengthening effect. So I'm going to focus that on where I don't have the lashes. And then the rest of it, I'm going to just do a light layer just to make sure the lashes stick to my regular lashes. Time to do the lower lashes. I don't know why I said it like that. This is my Luxie 246 Precision Crease Brush, and I'm actually going to pick up the shade Rosé, which is this beautiful shimmery pink color, and put that on the lower lash line. Remember when we went back in with just a little extra of the Ace Beauty Glimmer shadow right over the top? This is working perfectly with that, like in combination. I might even go up and add a little bit of this rosé to the middle of the eyelid because that looks really coordinated. I'm just gonna take a touch of this and put that right on the middle of the eyelid and then just blend it out and do it to the other eye, of course.
Step 1. Engage your partner in a series of increasingly intimate questions. Then answer the same questions openly and truthfully. Step 2.
Make sure they match. Should I throw on some liquid liner on the lower lash line or should I leave it as is? Probably gonna throw on a tiny amount, don't hate me. I always need some black down there. This is my beloved Wet n Wild H2O waterproof. My favorite thing for my lower lash line, like in the history of ever. So I just grabbed a tiny amount on this Luxe Alamar brush. Wow, I can't remember anything. On this Alamar flatliner brush, and I just barely put it on the outer corner. Basically from the outer corner until a little before, like where my iris starts. Well, I'm wearing colored contacts today, but where that iris starts, which is actually pretty close. These ones don't really do like any enlarging. I think I grabbed a little too much, so I'm gonna wipe off just a touch and then go in this eye. Oh my gosh, we did the lower lash line before I did my foundation. I like to do my foundation and everything else first, but I guess today it's a little opposite. I got too excited with the eye look. This is just a coaster where I mix my foundation, pretend that's not there from yesterday. But today we're gonna be grabbing my LA Girl Pro Matte HD High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. I don't like this foundation on its own. To be quite honest with you, it's a little cakey on its own, so I like to mix it. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 wear, fresh wear, and 430. Those two. Plus this one's a little lighter than the LA Girl one, which was my mistake. I accidentally bought a shade too dark. I don't know who I think I am. I'm just gonna mix it with my finger on there and then apply to my face and then go in with a beauty blender. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know the way I like to apply foundation and where I like to put product down. I really like to stay away from the inner, what is this? Inner trapezoid. From here to here to here to here, I really like the least amount of product that I can get away with because that area tends to get really clogged up. This is a really beat up Eco Tools blending sponge. This was one of my favorite sponges in the history of all sponges. As you can see, it's very well loved. I probably need to go get a new one. I've been meaning to, but I also just have so many sponges that I feel like I shouldn't buy another one, especially if this isn't my all-time favorite. You know, I am gonna grab a little bit more, make sure everything's even. What sucks is I do have some redness around my nose, so I do have to make sure some product at least gets there, but I just try to make it the sheerest amount possible. Like I said, as sheer as I can get away with. I get really pink cheeks anyway, but I guess today's look is about a pink glowy cheek anyway, so there's that. Blend it into your neck, my friends. I feel like none of my nose just got covered. I feel like I am actually gonna have to just dab some of this on and then blend it back out. I also really try to avoid a lot of product here because that can also get either really cakey or just clogged up. So I try to do that. But today my dark circles are looking a little bit dark, so I'm gonna grab the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour concealer that we use to prime the lids. I'm just gonna put a dot or two right down here, or three, and then turn the sponge from this way or this way to this way and kind of just buff it right there. Let's go ahead and set that down before it starts creasing. Again, with the Becca Hydra-Mist. This thing's so travel friendly, by the way, because it has like a lid. And then the tiniest amount just on my forehead and the nose. Oh, can't forget the smile lines. Let's get into the face now, which is what I'm super excited about. We're gonna be going in with 2 blushes. It would have been 3, but I can't find my Kaleido one, which I use mostly as like a blush topper, but this already is a really glowy blush. This is the Bang Beauty Smoked Peach blush. It's super gorgeous. It looks like this, isn't it super cute? This is my Aesthetica P12 brush. And we're gonna go in with, which one should I go in with first? Let's do a light coating of this. This is my Burt's Beach. This is my Burt's Bees blush in Bear Peach. So Smoked Peach and Bear Peach. Just lightly go in with this. I haven't even contoured yet. I should contour. I'm gonna contour right after this, and then we'll top it off with the other blush. I'm gonna bring it up a little higher than I usually do. And then the other side. Then some on my nose. Let's contour before we top the blush. This is my Wet n Wild Megaglo contour stick in the shade 804 Oaks on You. And I'm just gonna put a line right there, and then some on the chin. Because I'm gonna go in with the blush on the nose, I don't really want to contour it also. Grab my Eco Tools full blush brush and just buff in this. Then we're gonna set it with some paper. Set it with some powder also. I buff outward towards the backs of my jaw. I'm grabbing my Luxie Duo Fiber Powder. This is my Pacifica Bronzed Rose and Coconut Infused Blush and Bronzer. And we're gonna grab the contour shade in this, or bronzing shade, and do some bronzing. So right up here to make my wide face a little less wide. Down here. Over here. Set the powder, set the cream that we put down here, and then just a touch on the forehead on my devil horns.
You have chosen to seek professional assistance in understanding the art of human.
Next, we're going to go back into the blush. Fun. I might even use this one. This one's also very shimmery, but the color tone's a little bit different. It's a little more cool tone. Grabbing the same brush because we're blending them together anyway, the Aesthetica P12. Just gonna liberally pick this up and put it on my face.
Periodically gazing into one another's eyes until the final moment of physical intimacy.
Can't forget the nose when you're going super blushed out. This will also work as my highlighter on my nose, as you can tell. Make sure to bring it up a little so it doesn't just be too harsh. And then actually grabbing a little bit more of the Burt's Bees one. This look would be so cute with faux freckles, but I'm too lazy for faux freckles. To finish it up, I wanted to go into the lip. Like I was saying, I wanted this to be fall friendly, so we'll use some fall friendly colors. Oh, by the way, I was going to use some primer, the No Pore Brum primer. The No Pore Brum, this thing. But because I ended up mixing my foundation, I didn't think it was going to be that needed. I like to use this if I'm going to only use a matte foundation because it keeps me from getting too matte. And we're gonna go into the lip colors. This is a dark red lip in the shade Verona. No, that's my favorite shade. This is the shade Havana Lights from Ofra, and it's a long-lasting liquid lipstick. These are my favorite liquid lipsticks in the whole wide world, like Ofra branded. And we're gonna put it directly on the inner lip. Just one line. And then the upper lip. Then we're gonna go in with the Violet Voss in Excessive. This isn't the best on its own, but with other products it's okay. Just outline it. And then press your lips together. We're gonna fade out the edges just with your finger. Personally, on myself, I don't like a very clean outer lip line for the most part when I use dark colors. So I like it like this, just faded out towards the edges. You can go in with some concealer if you want, like the gradient effect, like a more specific gradient effect. You can top it with a gloss if you want, since everything is very, very dewy for this look. But I do think I like it like this. Let's see. I forgot to bring a setting spray. Let me go grab one. I'll be right back. Gonna go in with two of them. We're gonna start with this one to set everything down. This is my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I love it. Cannot love it enough. And set away. Once this dries, we're gonna go in with the Tarte Ready Set Radiant Skin Mist. You can also use this as at the beginning, but I really like it to freshen my makeup up and kind of get rid of any like cakiness. It tastes weird though, so I can't talk when I put it on, okay? This right now was just to go along with the glowiness of everything, but typically I use this again to revitalize, get rid of any cakiness or whatever. So I just wanted to do a light layer of that. I'm actually really happy with the way this turned out. I wasn't originally going to put the rosé shade right in the middle of the eyelid, but I think that really pulled the whole look together, matching the top to the bottom without having to use the exact scheme that I use at the top. You know how like most of the time your lower lash line is basically going to be the exact scheme at the top? Like if you put the crease brushes, sorry, if you use this shade on the outer corner, you're gonna put that on the outer corner, inner corner, middle of the eye, you know, type of a thing. But this was kind of like a little bit something different, but it's still worse. It still works cohesively with the whole eye look, and then the lip makes it so that I can wear it during colder weather. I'm glad I was able to bring in a lot of my glowy blush into a winter or fall look. Again, if you want to do faux freckles, go ahead. I am a little too lazy for that, but I think that will be really, really cute. Anytime you do like a lot of blush, faux freckles are just super cute. If you're going to go in with faux freckles though, I think put it on before you go in with the blush. Just go in with some like eyeliner and then go over with blush so that kind of blends it out, so there's no like harsh like NYX and whatnot. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys like this look as much as I did. I hope this inspires you to kind of bring in your how do I word this? Your spring tactics into the fall, or your summer tactics into the fall, because I really was going through a phase with glowy blush. So I'm really glad I could bring this into the fall time. I am rambling. I'm so happy with this look. I'm just rambling. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Click on some more videos or subscribe.
If you